Okay, this chapter is looking at estimating surface area. Estimating is kind of hard sometimes, but it is just an estimate. So um, first in the try these, it says estimate the surface area of the workbook that you're working in. So basically it's not getting a ruler out per se and measuring it. It's thinking about approximately, like if you think of a ruler, the length of your workbook, or the height of it, I guess you could kind of say, um, is, I would say, about the length of a ruler. So like 30 centimeters, right? So I go, okay, so, oops, here, surface area. There's two, the front and the back, and I'd say that's about 30 centimeters by, and then obviously it's shorter the other way, so maybe, looks like maybe 2/3 of it, so like 20 centimeters. Front and back. And then if we're actually doing surface area, so all the surfaces, then the thickness of it is maybe just like 1 centimeter. It's not that thick, right? So plus 2 times 1 centimeter by 30. That's like the spine of the book. And then the other side, the pages. And then the top and the bottom would be 1 centimeter by 20. So that would be an estimate. So you might be able to do that in your head. That's 600 times 2 is 1200. 2 times 30 is 60. 2 times 20 is 40. That's 100, so 1300 centimeters squared. Okay, it's just an estimate. So the next, Jeff is a cake decorator, I should say. A client ordered a cake shaped like a soccer ball for her son's 8th birthday. How much surface area needs to be iced for the cake if it's a complete soccer ball? So what square unit will you use to estimate the surface? So you could use inches or centimeters, but that's all I would use. Like I guess you could use feet, but a soccer ball is actually, yeah, I would use inches or centimeters. Okay. Anything bigger than that would have decimal values. Okay. So this is imperial, and this would be the metric. What is the surface area of the cake? Okay, so here's where we don't have a soccer ball in front of us. So if you imagine a soccer ball, some of you probably play soccer, so you're better at imagining it than me. I would, if you think of taking your pencil, so if it's a mechanical pencil, let's say a mechanical pencil is maybe about a little more than 10 centimeters. Maybe it's about 12 centimeters. Or without the eraser, that kind of thing. And if you think about a soccer ball, if you have two of those, that might be the diameter. So the radius, let's say the radius length of a pencil, and let's say that's 12 centimeters. So surface area would be pi 4, oops, erased by mistake, would be 4 pi times 12 squared. Okay, so then you will still need to use your calculator. 4 times pi times 12 squared. So let's, if it's an estimate, let's just say 1800 centimeters squared. So what referent did you use to estimate? So I used a pencil, right, was about 12 centimeters as the radius. Used it as the radius. And that's what a referent is. A referent is something, an object, everyday object that you kind of know what it looks like, that you can use to measure. And you know that it's about 12 centimeters, 10 centimeters, that kind of thing. Next one, choose an object that is like a prism or a cylinder. How can you use a referent to estimate its surface area? Well, how about a can of pop, right? So that's a cylinder. It's not a perfect cylinder, but it's except for the top and the bottom, it is. Like the very edges. So let's do a pop can. Okay. So for measuring that, we want something, not too big as our referent. So that's where you might think of, back when we talk about imperial measurements, the length of your thumb from the knuckle to the tip is about an inch. Sometimes it's the width for a man or a larger person. So you could think about using that. So reference would be length of tip of thumb. So knuckle to tip, 1 inch. Okay. So then estimate the surface area. Well, if you put that on a can of pop, you will probably see that the diameter is about 2 of those, maybe close to 3. So probably, I'm just seeing if I can, like, it depends, because a pop can kind of moves in at the top, kind of goes in. So probably if we went straight up, it would be about 3. So diameter would be 3 inches. Height would be 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6. Okay, and so surface area would be 2 pi times the radius, which would be half of 3, so 1.5 squared, plus 2 pi r, which is 1.5, times the height, which is 6. Two pi times 1.5 squared is 14.137. You don't have to be quite as accurate really with rounding because it's an estimate anyway. Now 2 times pi times 1.5 that's like 3 pi, right? So if you want to save in your calculator, you can just go 3 pi times 6, 56.549. And then add those together. And that's 70.68. So basically 71 square inches. Okay. And then it's practice time.